Yeah. Yeah, look how I came up.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here at the Coleman Garage. You saw the last two videos. We're working on the caddy truck, so you'd probably assume today's video is, well, caddy truck.
No! Why'd you think?
Since the last video, the caddy truck has been put on the back burner. So you can see, hasn't really moved much, and it's kind of been stuck in this pile of junk over here. That's because I have shifted my focus and attention to the GLI. I decided I wanted to try to get this thing done for Dubsplash this year, which is a really big Volkswagen show here in Texas. So I've been putting in full 12-hour days, hundreds of hours on this thing. And I haven't filmed any of it because, well, you guys slow me down when I gotta record. So the car is fully primed and prepped. The engine is fully done. The interior is fully done. The car is fully wet sanded. So now I just need to pull it out, give it one final wipe down, and it's ready for paint. Which brings me to my next question. Where are we painting it at? Well, that's what's in this box right here. This is one of those big ass inflatable paint booths. So let's get this thing set up, see actually how big it is and what we're working with. Here it is, Vivor spray paint booth. Comes with two fans. Look at this thing. It even has cloth vented screens right here. Normal see-through plastic right there. It's got a double chamber where you could walk in, get dressed, get all the dust and shit off of you, put your paint suit on, and then go in here. So it's like double protection from dust and bugs and shit. The smaller fan is ventilating the air inside so you can breathe, and the bigger one is inflating the whole booth. So I've got the whole car completely masked off again and wiped down and clean enough to go in the booth. But first, I will be painting all of these accessory parts. So we got the hood, the front bumper, and both fenders. I've got the smaller air compressor set up. I need to dial this back to like 60, I think. And then over here, I'm about to mix up my paint. So I've got my paint thinner and I've got my base coat right here. This part is kind of confusing, but I think I figured it out. All right, now my base coat is fully mixed. The gun is set up. Let's get changed into the paint suit and get to spraying. I think I've pretty much got the gun dialed in finally. The first couple passes under the bottom of the hood were pretty rough because I was having issues with that small compressor. I just don't think it was big enough to keep supply to the gun. So I have some sputter on there, which I'm not too thrilled about, but it's spraying much better now. So I think I'm confident enough to move to the back side of the fenders. But I really need to get a move on it today. So hopefully everything starts spraying and working out right, because the show is literally 6 days away. And I would really hate to have done all this work and get to the finish line and just put down some fucking bumpy, orange, peely, ugly ass paint job. I would be so upset. So let's see if I could turn some decent product out of this. All right, just got the bumper sprayed and I'm really getting it figured out now because this came out the best so far. It's kind of hard to tell in here because there's no light, but I mean, it looks very orange peel, but we're gonna cut and buff this, so not worried about that for now. Gotta do the top of the hood, and then the whole car is coming in. And now I got all the parts out. They are sitting here curing. So now it's time to push the vehicle in. Now that I get in here, man, there's really not much room to even squeeze through here and get the gun in here. I mean, I'm gonna have to like lean against the wall. This is pretty tough. There is not much room. Let me show you a sample. I can't even fit the gun through here, so I'm gonna have to try to stand here and hit the car as evenly as possible. Well, here goes nothing. And that's gonna be a wrap on the first paint day. The car is in the booth. It will cure overnight. The rest of the pieces will sit inside and cure. Overall, I'm really happy about it. Learned a lot. Had a little bit of a crash out earlier, but we made it. And everything's looking pretty good. And it's the next day. Finally getting to see it in the sun. Doesn't look too bad. I do think I need to get the tape off of here sooner than later. So let's start doing that now. So all the parts are pretty much dry enough to be maneuvered. I could probably reassemble the car, but either way, I gotta get it out of here. It's starting to get really windy. This whole thing is blowing around. Got it tied down for now, but let's get her out of here, get a look at it in the sunlight, because I still haven't really seen like the sides and stuff. All right, there she is. Pretty even coverage. I'm not too mad about it. Got a little bit of wet sanding to do, so don't worry about that, but overall pretty good. This is just dust, so it's hard to really tell how smooth it is, but from my first spray, I'm pretty happy about it. I'm losing sunlight, but I'm still out here pushing on. I just got the trunk on. Man, it's starting to look pretty good. Definitely looks better at nighttime from like 20 feet away, you know what I'm saying? From like this angle, from this distance, oh, we're money. Test fitting the new wheels. Since these are incorrectly stamped, I had to order this adapter, which pushed it out further than I anticipated. So now let's see what kind of ridiculous fitment I got going on. Well, it might actually not be as bad as I thought. No way. No way it fits under there. Wow, that's really, really, really close. Shit. That's pretty money if you ask me. This old tire, $225.40. This one, $265.35. That's the meat right there. Sheesh. All right, so I decided to raise the car up a little bit because I know that was just gonna rub, so it would just be a waste of time. So I dropped underneath here. I adjusted both sides up probably 10 to 15 mil maybe. 10 to 15.
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it when I did it. I should have said.
All right, this is after raising it up a little bit. It went up a lot more than I thought it was going to, but now I can at least get my fingers under here and I won't be rubbing so badly. So maybe it'll settle once I get moving, but again, overall, not too bad. I did have to do an emergency 15 mil adapter, which I hadn't accounted for in my fitment math, but we're still looking pretty acceptable. So now with the back wheels fitting pretty good, got the trunk and the rear bumper on, now it's time to install the fun stuff. We got our big brake conversion kit up front, and we got all our carbon fiber pieces to put on. Just grabbed the wheels from up in the closet, and here's all the parts we need. So there's the adapters to fit the big calipers, stainless steel lines versus that old crusty thing right there. The new Brembo brakes for the Brembo calipers, and then the big rotors. I opted to go solid and not drilled or slotted this time because, you know, I'm trying to protect these, so it'll look a little bit different than the back, but who cares? Let's go. So far, I've got the brake line installed back there. Looking good. Moved on to the adapter. And then now I just fit the bigger rotor. There is a bit of cutting and drilling required, which I wasn't exactly expecting, but I am prepared for. Now let's move on to the side skirts and the first piece of carbon fiber. Look at that. And there's the first carbon fiber side skirt installed. Look at it in the sun. Looks pretty good. So now I'm under the car, getting this test pipe reinstalled. This is the one that bent on the trailer because this bracket was turned downwards, and these threads bent the pipe in like a Coke can. But my boy Andrew at Leadfoot Fabrication made this new pipe for me. Looks nice, fits really good. So we're about wrapped up here. And there's one side fully complete. Got the front rim on, only fits with the spacer. Got the fender on, so it's about time to bring it down and see how we're fitting. Car is fully assembled now. I guess it's time for the first start. All right, it's been a while, don't let me down. Well, it's the morning of the show, and unfortunately, psych, we made it. Look at the car. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that this is my car. Unfortunately, I do have to trailer it since the drive is pretty far, and you know, the fitment is pretty tight in the front. The brakes probably aren't bled fully. The lip hangs out pretty far. The safer option is to just throw it on the trailer, which is still gonna be pretty hard. Got her all loaded up. Just stopped for ice in the cooler. Looks freaking sweet on the trailer. And just like that, both cars back home, safe and sound. Consider that a successful trip. We managed to get both cars ready in time, got the GLI put together, and made her first show. So that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Stay tuned for the next one, because you never know what's gonna happen around here.